Expensive dishes of the greatest chefs all failed. But how did this charred eggplant win the king's heart? Witness the magic of the Eggplant Princess.
Far away, nestled between distant valleys, lay Sabzistan, a place where not gold, but vegetables grew. The king and queen of this land were very kind and virtuous, but they had no child.
One day, the queen's eyes fell upon the most unusual and shining eggplant in the garden.
She prayed from the depths of her heart, "If only my daughter could be as unique and beautiful as this eggplant." God answered her prayer. Sometime later, the palace echoed with the joyful cries of a newborn princess. But when she opened her eyes, everyone was astonished. Her eyes were purple, just like the skin of an eggplant. The king named her Zara, but the people lovingly began to call her the Eggplant Princess. She didn't love jewels and gems. She loved the soil and the plants. Time passed, and the Eggplant Princess grew into a young woman. Her beauty and simplicity became legendary throughout the entire kingdom. Her favorite pastime was taking care of her eggplant garden. But suddenly, their happiness was struck by misfortune. A flavorless curse spread across the kingdom. The vegetables in the fields turned bland. Their color faded, and their taste disappeared. Worst of all, the king completely lost his sense of taste. Everything began to taste like plain dirt to him. The king grew deeply saddened and weak. Despair spread throughout the kingdom. An announcement was made. Whoever restores the king's sense of taste shall be granted any reward they desire. Famous chefs arrived from far and wide. Everyone was eager to showcase their culinary skills. Some cooked in golden utensils, others used the most expensive spices. But the king found no flavor in any of it. The vegetables were still bland. At last, the Eggplant Princess stepped forward. In her hands were nothing but fresh eggplants. The courtiers mocked her. When the greatest chefs have failed, what could this princess possibly do with just eggplants? The princess paid no attention to their words. She made her place in the royal kitchen. She began roasting the eggplants over an open flame. The true flavor was hidden in this very roasting. As the eggplants roasted, a unique earthy aroma began to spread throughout the palace. Then she picked fresh green chilies, ginger, and coriander from the garden. Everything was fresh and pure. This was no ordinary mash. It carried the princess's love for her land and for nature. The dish was ready, not served in golden plates, but in a humble clay bowl. When she brought that simple dish to the king, everyone fell silent. The king took a bite, half-heartedly. The moment the bite touched his tongue, it was like an explosion. The king sprang to his feet and shouted loudly,
"Delicious!"
As soon as the king's sense of taste returned, the spell outside the palace was broken as well. Sabzistan became green and flourishing once again. In amazement, the king asked, "My daughter, how did you do this? What special, expensive spice did you use?" Zara smiled gently and said, "Father, there was no expensive spice in it. It contained only the seasoning of honest effort and love for our own land." That day, Sabzistan realized that true treasure lies not in gold or silver, but in the gifts of nature. And yes, there was a grand feast that day. And they all began to live happily ever after. The world of the Eggplant Princess became colorful and full of flavor once again.